So this is my first farm video, alfalfa video. I'm going down about 8 miles away. We've got 45 acres that we just started a 5-year rent agreement to put some alfalfa down there. I disked it last fall and it worked up real good. It's timber soil, but the tests are good on it. They're where I want it to be. We applied fertilizer last fall, and I'm going out here with the finisher to work it up one more time. It is April the 6th. It is around mid-50s degrees today, a little cloudy. They're calling for a little storms tonight, but maybe a 1/4 inch is all we're supposed to get. With timber soil, it just takes longer to dry out, and otherwise we would have planted it last Friday already. Had some nice weather there, but definitely had some wet spots, and looked at it today, and it's a lot better, but still kind of borderline. And we've got some rain coming in the next few days. It's supposed to be in the mid-70s here for the next couple days, but then it's really still supposed to drop off. I really don't know what benefit it's going to be to put the hay in the ground when we're going to have two and a half weeks of cold weather. So we're going to work this up, and we're going to check it in the mornings if it doesn't rain. If the ground really dried out well, then we'll go ahead and plant it. But if not, we're going to go ahead and wait 2 or 3 weeks until we get some better weather. Right now we run about 250 acres of pure alfalfa. My largest client base is all dairy. Most of that gets shipped out. But we do milk 200 cows, and so usually all the first cutting goes into haylage for our needs for the year, our haylage needs, and then the rest, I try to make it all dry hay as much as I can. That sells a lot better. And the rest, what I can't make dry, goes into baleage, and I've got a couple goat dairies who love baleage in that 40 to 45% moisture range, and so I've got a home for that, and that works out pretty well. I don't do any grass mixes. We spray a lot of grass killer in July, and so that takes care of the grass, because my dairy guys don't like grass in their hay. They want pure alfalfa and really high quality, so we try to put that together for them. That means that I have to cut aggressive before it blooms out. A lot of times while it's just budding, like first cutting, we're cutting just when you can barely see those buds, and sometimes just feel them. That's going to get you in that 190 to 200 relative feed value range, and that's what works well for our cows. We typically run in the 22 to 26% crude protein. So in my opinion, crude protein, if you can grow crude protein, it's a heck of a lot better than buying protein sources in your mixes. So the more I can grow, the higher protein products I can grow, the better. So that's why we do that. And I apply that same philosophy on all of my alfalfa acres for selling, and guys like that, my dairy clients anyway. But every once in a while, you just don't have a good window to make it, so you do have a little bit of poor quality. But that's pretty rare now that we have a wrapper. We went for about a 5-6 year stretch where we did not have any hay get rained on at all, because if we saw rain coming, we just wrapped it instead of trying to get it dry. Right, we are here. So there's 45 acres here. This field on my left is has been in 6 or 7 years, and it's really took a hit this past winter. He planted some grass in there last year, but right now it's looking like it's about 80 to 90% grass. Up really nice. Little subdivision back in these trees. There's a lake back in there. So this road kind of back in the woods, but there's a lot of traffic on it. Ground's working up pretty good here. Clods aren't super big. There's one, but look how easy this stuff busts apart here. Decent moisture to it. It is light, it's timber soil, but I definitely think we can get in here. We can get in here and plant this afternoon, if not tomorrow for sure. We'll see what kind of rain we get tonight. But they're only talking couple tenths to 1/4 of an inch at the most, so. If you can see, there's a nice RT there with a finisher working that bean ground. And here they've got a site for 3 bins here that they're leveling out for seed beans. Center stakes are in, so the site's leveled up. And this is it. Around here. Right up to the edge of the field. Let's get things folded up here. Lights and flashers on, and we're gonna hit the road. So my in-laws wanted to borrow it, so we just unhooked everything and hooked his tractor on. He's taking that to one of his fields. He's gonna use it. So we're done for the day with that. So we decided to wait till the next day. We have 75 degrees, sunny, and southwest winds, pushing 8 to 10 mile an hour. So the top is dry, but right underneath it's got some really good moisture to it. So this is perfect. This is perfect. So I've gone around the outside of the field 3 times. I've gone up and down this end, so I've got 5 passes on this end, so I've got about 100 feet to get turned around on.
It wasn't quite lined up, it must have ran itself off. I've never had that happen before. So I'm glad we stopped when we did.
Yeah.
On your 3 outside rounds,
Yep.
you're going to want to crank this left side up and just always go the same direction clockwise around the field.
Yep.
And as long as there's something going there, it'll be fine.
Right.
The
Yeah.
hay's been going, thankfully.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Just.
The oats will be maybe different.
Mm-hmm.
When I put the tools away. Right now we're running 1500 RPM, about 7.5 miles an hour. Planting some hay. Putting 1.8 bushels of oats into the ground, and we're targeting about 25 pounds of alfalfa. PGI 579 from Alpha-X. Ran the 529 for quite a while. Really liked it. They're saying the 79's got a lot better disease package to it, so we're trying this out. We're running a 7230R. We bought this a little less than a year ago, and this is kind of my dairy tractor. I use it for mowing hay, running a drill, hauling manure. It'll run the crone baler. What else do we do with it? A lot of little stuff. Really versatile. A little shorter wheelbase. And, the more I use it, the more I like it. One thing I really like about this tractor is the select shift on it. It is kind of like a hybrid between an IVT and a regular transmission. It's a regular transmission with a brain, and basically you select the speed that you want to go, and it finds the nearest gear for you, and it'll automatically shift up to that gear based on its power usage. So it's the next best thing. I know IVTs are really nice, but they're really expensive, and my in-laws had an IVT go bad, and that was a hefty bill. So I'm perfectly fine using my select shift here. Also, I don't like the whine that the IVT makes. I don't know. It gets annoying. Man, what a nice day. This is beautiful. Just beautiful. Your seed box, it's always fun trying to calibrate the thing to the right pounds per acre. And the charts are never right. I'm running my drills a 7.5 inch spacing, and the chart's got a 7 inch and it's got an 8 inch chart for the rates. And it looks like this is running like half of what the chart even says. So, phooey on the chart. But anyway, it looks like when we've been going around here, and obviously we have an acre counter in the tractor running off the GPS, and so it looks like we're running a little light, like 10 pounds on this first pass. But that's why I do 2 passes, is that if it's not correct on the first pass, I'm not sitting there trying to, you know, fumble with the numbers and with the gauge setting, trying to get it right. And so now my field has variations in its planting rate, where now I can we figured out that it's running about 10. That's fine, because we're going to come back on the next pass and run 15 on the whole thing, and that'll get us our 25. And then for next year, then we know where it's set, and then we can just dial it in right at 25 and just do 1 pass. The other thing is it keeps my alfalfa from being in rows. I've got tubes going out the back. I didn't go straight down with them. I went kind of angled out the back, and so it'd have a little bit more of a fan to it. And so it wouldn't be in such row. I don't like alfalfa in rows. I like it to be a pretty even spread. Dude, check this guy out. He's getting his mail in his little red loader tractor slash lawnmower slash backhoe. Man, that looks like a handy little tractor. Check that thing out. Nice. Broadcasting's okay, but you can get some overlap, and so you can get some streaks where it's heavier and streaks where it's a little finer. That spinner just doesn't get it 100% perfect as far as its distribution. The other thing we've tried is diluting the seed in liquid potash, put it in suspension, and running it through a floater with the sprayer on it. We tried that last year, and we thought we did really good, but somehow the seed was not coming through one of the wing tips, but there was potash coming through it, and so it fooled us into thinking that there was seed coming through there and everything was fine, and we ended up with streaks of no hay at all. Obviously you can't plant any oats that way. It was because of the wet spring that we had last year. We decided not to plant the oats because it was so late. Oats doesn't like hot weather, but alfalfa actually does, and so we just went straight alfalfa and tried it that way. But we're not going to do that again.